Joe Steadman. I got a really cool game I want to talk about. This is Nightfighter by GMT. This is the same guy who made Downtown, Lee Wood, Brimber. How do you say that, Monica?
Brimacombe?
I don't know. Anyway, this is a cool game. It's it's a simple game to learn, and it's like a D&D style like screen like this. One player plays, the other player is like the judge. He's like the game master. All right, so what it is one player plays the defender of the skies that of their country that's being bombed, typically the Germans or the Japanese, and the other player is the umpire who controls the bombers, but more just kind of watches and sees what the allied player does and then reveal things as they happen and kind of be the referee. So it's pretty cool. So I'll show you everything that comes in the game, then I'll come back like normal and I'll tell you what I think and give you my overview of the game. Alright? Alright, so let's look at the components. Alright, what does it come with? Alright, the rule book. Here we go. I want to show you something in this rule book that cracked me up. Typical black, it's black and white, no big deal because it's a night game so you don't need color. So, rule book is 27 pages, but that includes credits, designer notes, all that. But check this out. I mean, this is necessary. Monica, zoom in on this picture here, will you? Why is the two guys playing this game? One looks like he's really overweight and the other guy's bald. Is this like the typical war gamers? I don't know. I didn't think that was this. They should have put a couple of hot young dudes right there, you know, playing the game. Someone like me, sitting here, picture of me. Maybe me and, you know. Anyway. So it's programmed instruction, meaning that it gets you playing the game right off the bat, and then it adds rules as you go. So by the time you've played it a few times, it's going to be more complicated, but the first time you play it's very simple. Got the sequence of play in the back. So here's the rules, pretty simple rules. Comes with scenario books. It's got a ton of scenarios. Different variants, different situations. Japan, Europe, what planes are involved, what rules to use. Then it's got a rule supplemental. This just gives a few more options for the game. Aircraft management, aircraft recovery, just more fluff, optional rules and cool stuff like that. I love optional rules. Like, here you go, seasoned pilot, and it gives stuff like this. Joe Steadman's on your plane, automatically win. You know, things like that. Alright, then it's got a campaign, for a campaign game. Then it's got this really cool cardboard, like dungeon master thing that you stick on the thing. And it's got everything you need, like every cheat sheet ever for every plane. So in a way it's cool, but in a way it's not very useful because you gotta like, you know, search the whole thing and blah, blah, blah. But I like it. Alright, and then you got two maps. You got the small map so that the referee of the game can track what's going on. You won't be able to, the player won't be able to see, you know, because this thing will be up. So I can, if I'm the referee, I can kind of track what's going on, and it's got small counters and full-size counters, and I use the small counters on this to track where the bombers are, and I'll also track where the defender is of this fighter aircraft, and so I can make sure that if he sees me or whatever, and I reveal things for him to react. And then it's got the full map, all right? And on the full map, you're going to keep track of visibility, cloud cover, the moon, sequence of play, game turns, and things like this. But what's going to happen basically is you're going to be flying around with your fighters on this map. And there's spotlights and different things that help you catch the bad guy. And when you get possible contacts, you're going to put these generic silhouettes of bombers over. And then you can get on, you can tail them, and there's all the different rules. I'm not going to go into that. But once you identify the plane, you try to shoot it down. All right? And you got to shoot down X amount of fighters. It depends on the scenario. You got to shoot down so many bombers to win, yada, yada, yada. But that's how the game works. But it's actually really simple, and it looks kind of, I don't know, maybe it looks simplistic, but it's actually a lot of fun. Alright, so that's the components. Alright, so now you've seen the components, and I think you can tell by my enthusiasm, I really like this game. It's a game for you wargamer guys where you can take, and your wife can be the ref. She can, you know, she doesn't really want to play, she can kind of half, no, I'm just kidding. You really need two people to play this that will enjoy the game. You can't con your wife into playing it. But I like it, and I like the programmed instruction. The first scenario is just real simple. In every scenario, it gets a little more difficult. They add a few more rules. It's simple, and I just don't mean simple for a wargamer. I think that a typical gamer could pick this game up. I like the quality of the components. I like the cool silhouettes of the airplanes. It's not too fiddly with the rules. GMT hit a good ball, this one. So there you go. I recommend it. Nightfighter by GMT.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.